Good evening and welcome to the RLP show, episode 8. Can you guys believe we're already on episode 8? And we have two beautiful, wonderful, special guests tonight that I'm so excited to speak with and help them navigate life and get unstuck in some areas and just get some insight. So I'm so excited to share tonight. Coming on, let everybody know we're live. We're live, guys. I'm back. As you know, I missed last week. Any of you guys following me, you guys know I was sharing. We've been going through all. Look, it's September. It's September, y'all, right? It's a new month. Like, come on, September. Be good to us, September. Hey, Laureen. Hi, sweetheart. Madeline. Hi, sweetie. I see you. Madeline, I'm going to give just a couple minutes before I bring you on with me, honey, just for everybody to jump on with us real quick. Welcome back. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm all cozied up. I got my sweats on, sitting in my favorite comfy chair in my office. I am like ready for it to cool off. I went on a walk jog with my puppy today, and I could feel it like a little bit cooler. I was like, okay, come on, fall weather. We are ready. Hi, Faith. Can you guys hear me? Somebody just said they couldn't hear me. Everybody can hear me? Hearts, hearts, hearts if you can hear me. Making sure all my sound is good. Everybody good? Hello, hello. I hope it was just one person who was saying they couldn't hear me. Loud and clear. Awesome, Erica. Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah, so I'm excited for the fall. I'm excited for September, guys. Beautiful shores of the Bahamas. Hi, Idina from Bahamas. Welcome, sweetheart. Show out done loud and clear. Everybody else is hearing me, hun. Try to log off and come back on. I don't want you to miss it. Hey, Jennifer. Hi, sweetheart. All right, guys. So we're going to get started. I am going to go over here and find our first guest. Let me get my iPad turned on so I can have her details right in front of me. And Madeline, I feel like, honestly, we should like know each other already. I feel like you've been following me for so long and I talk to you on my videos that it's like when I saw you pop up as a guest tonight, I was like, oh, Madeline. Like, I know Madeline. All right, guys, hold on one second. I'm going to try to bring Madeline on. Let me see if I can click you and say go live. They did ask your name when you're already on here. All right. Madeline, hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
I honestly feel like we already know each other. You've been following me for quite a while, and you're on the videos, and I'm always saying your name. And weren't you in the WORK Masterclass?
Yes, I was in the WORK Masterclass. Yes.
Okay, perfect. I thought so. I thought so. All right, Madeline, welcome to the RLP show. We're going to do a 30-minute coaching session where we are going to just kind of go through where you're at, what you're going through. Madeline, you guys, is 21. You are from Montreal, Canada, correct?
I just turned 22 years old.
22. Oh, Madeline, you're still a baby, honey. I got children older than you, Madeline.
Yeah,
So
I know.
You're a baby. But listen, I love it. I love it that you guys are you're wanting answers, you're wanting solutions, you're doing the work, you're seeking your solutions for your life. And that is so crucial because imagine, Carrie and I see this all the time, Madeline, like imagine if like we had gotten this kind of help back when we were like 21 and 22, because we're just like, we're so proud of you guys that are young and like doing this work to just figure things out and do it young, because it's going to pay big dividends, big dividends in the future. So I'm so proud of you, sweetheart. So proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, Madeline, 22, Montreal, Canada. I'm going to read your backstory really quickly so that everyone knows what you wrote into the show for, okay?
Okay.
All right, Madeline says, my issue is that I have trust issues towards God. I always felt like he loved me less than my sister and other people. When I was a child, I felt so ungifted compared to my sister that I prayed and said to God, you gave her everything, but you gave me nothing. Sweet. Since this radio, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. Since this prayer, I am struggling to build a relationship with God, and I need guidance from him. I often feel like he doesn't have my back. I know it's not true, but I don't feel like it. I want to trust him, believe in him, hear from him. I made progress, but I am still struggling. Okay, I'm trying, Madeline. I'm
Okay.
trying, honey, okay? I am really trying to get through. I am currently dating, and I truly want to have his guidance in regards to finding my soulmate, but I feel left out. I would like to have your opinion on lack of faith. Okay, now that you got Auntie Becky crying, okay? Sweetheart, that was just so heartfelt. And I could feel your pain. Just, and you're so young to be feeling like this, okay? And this is the trap of comparison.
Yeah.
Golly, baby. Okay, I'm trying. I ain't got no tissues in here. Look, the struggle is real, y'all. I need to start bringing tissues on the show, okay? Okay, so this is the trap of comparison. And you got caught in it at a young age. How old were you when you prayed that prayer, talking to God, saying, I'm so ungifted, you gave her everything, you gave me nothing? When did you say that to God?
I was 11 years old.
Say that again.
11 years old.
11.
Yeah.
Okay, 11 years old. And what was going on, Madeline, with her at that time? Like, what were you observing with her that you felt so unqualified or so diminished?
She was getting more valued than me because she was able to sing at church and I was struggling. So people used to really value her and everything, and I was not valued when I was a child. So
Is she older or younger?
older.
Older. So you were
Yeah.
11. How old was she?
13.
13. So only
Yeah.
2 years older.
Yeah.
So, but in comparison, it just felt like all the limelight was on her. She's got this beautiful singing voice. She's just the star. She's just all the light, all the spotlight. And then, so was that happening also in your family, not just at church? Was that the attention from your parents, or what was the family dynamic like?
I would say I really value her a lot. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
He
say that
used
again.
to
You broke up a
value.
little bit.
Oh, sorry. So my brother, one of my brother used to value her a lot. Like he used to say like, she's my favorite sister because she can sing and she's like me and everything. And when I used to hear those things, I was crying. I cried because I felt like I was not enough to get value. Yeah.
Got it. So your brother would say, "Oh, she's my favorite sister." What about who are your role? Who raised you? Your mother, your father? Who was in the home as your role models? Your parents?
I would say my father was more present because my mother was more busy with like taking care of us. So she was not really available emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say my father also used to value her a lot. Like really, it was all about her and her being able to sing, and she was more beautiful. She was more this. She was more that. So it really made me feel like I was ungifted.
Got it.
Yeah.
And so there was nobody in your youth or in your childhood where you were the favorite.
No,
Nobody.
nobody.
And how many other brothers and sisters do you have, or is it just the two of you?
I have two brothers and one sister.
Okay. And
Yeah.
where do you fall at in birth order?
I am the last children.
You're the baby?
The baby, yeah.
You're the baby.
Yeah, I'm the
And your
baby.
sister's right above you.
Yeah.
Got it. So even though you were the baby, you weren't getting spoiled and you weren't getting all the attention. It was going to your sister.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And have you been to any therapy? Have you gotten therapy? Have you talked to anyone
Yes,
about it?
I'm actually doing therapy right now since 8 months. I'm doing
Good,
therapy. Yeah.
good. And so here's the thing. You became envious of your sister at a very young age. And then there wasn't anyone to validate you and to pour into you and tell you how amazing you are, because everyone's gifted in different ways.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're starting to realize that as you're getting older, correct? Like, what are you doing right now in your life? Where are you at in your life?
Now I just like quit my job because I felt so unhappy. So I am actively looking for another job.
And when I think about, you know, how we feel about ourselves, our self-esteem and our confidence goes into so much about how we see ourselves, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your worth. And confidence, like we talked about in Masterclass, has to do with feeling like your confidence in your abilities, things you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at with life as far as any of your own goals and things you're wanting to do?
It's a great question. Actually, I feel like I have a lot of things to do. Um, I want to be a speaker. I want to be a healer and everything, and I want to like have a YouTube channel, but I didn't start yet. So I feel like yes, I have a degree, a college degree, but
Sure.
I still have a lot of things to accomplish. So I'm
Of
young.
course, you're 22,
Yeah.
sweetheart. Yes, but you got your education, so you've got a degree.
Yeah.
So you've built some accomplishments, you've set goals and achieved some goals.
Yeah.
If I said, tell me 3 things you've achieved in life, tell me 3 things.
Um, my degree, my college degree. Um, damn. What else? I would say I was in, I don't know if you know what it is, but cadets. Like,
Cadets? Mm-hmm.
yeah, I was in
Yes.
cadets and I had a trophy for like, I was really invested. So
Okay.
they gave me a trophy for that.
Huh?
And I would say in school, I was really smart, really good at school.
You're
And
really smart.
yeah, I would say
Got
like people used to really uplift me about it.
it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, tell me 3 things about yourself and your personality and who you are that make you proud of yourself.
Hardworking, empath,
Empath,
and I would say joyful.
joyful. Okay. So here's the thing. Being a very, very intelligent, yet very, very sensitive soul, at 11 years old, you spoke some things to God and to yourself that were not true. However, whatever we tell our mind, whatever we tell ourselves becomes our truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you spoke a lie. You said, she has everything. I have nothing. Wasn't that the words?
Yeah.
She has everything. I have nothing. I felt so ungifted. You gave her everything. You gave me nothing. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But is that true?
Nope.
No. As a matter of fact, we all have different gifts, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm an empath, you know that. I cannot sing a lick, darling. Carrie teases me constantly, like, oh, go ahead, Rebecca, hit that note. Yeah, show me what you can do. He's always teasing me. I can't, baby doll. Madeline, I cannot sing, honey. If my success depended on me carrying a note, I would be broke, busted, and disgusted, honey. Things would be real bad if it was dependent on me singing.
Yeah.
I couldn't sing when I was little. I can't sing now. I was the kid singing in the choir, and people around me would say, "Can you not sing quite so loud because you're messing us up." And my feelings would be so hurt, Madeline, like elementary school. And I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna whisper when I sing because I can't. But I'm not lying. I'm telling you the truth, sweetheart. Okay.
Mm.
But does that mean that because your sister could sing, does that mean that she's more gifted than you? Or is she just differently gifted?
Differently gifted.
I bet you, as you guys have gotten a little bit older, that you're recognizing maybe she's so gifted in singing, but she struggles in other areas of life.
Yeah, definitely.
So do you see how this comparison trap has stole your joy and stole your shine and stole all of the beauty of your gifts?
Yeah.
Because from one conversation with God, by everyone giving her attention, and you're so sensitive, sweetheart, you're an empath. Your heart is so sensitive. So whatever you feel deeply, strongly, with strong conviction.
Yeah.
This isn't fair. They all love her. They don't love me. No one loves me. I'm not gifted. I have nothing. Because we're very passionate, exaggerated people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This is why I love Carrie Pope. He's so balanced and consistent and steady. I'm all over the place, up, down, all around. Oh, everything's wonderful, everything's horrible, right? We're emotional.
Yeah.
So little 11-year-old Madeline, being emotional, being very sensitive, made some declarations.
Yeah.
But now being 22, sweetheart, we have to go back to that and say, no, that wasn't exactly true. As a matter of fact, none of that was true.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it is only now the narrative and the story that you've created that's looping because you told yourself these things enough that it trained your brain to believe maybe God doesn't love me, God isn't looking out for me, God isn't favoring me, God isn't helping me, God isn't, right?
Yeah. And this comparison has followed me even like in my relationships. Like,
Of course.
yeah, like
Of course. If you don't believe you're lovable, if you don't believe you're gifted, if you don't believe you measure up, if you don't believe you're enough, if you believe other people are so much better than you or so much gifted than you, then of course you're going to struggle in relationships.
yeah, definitely. And I was like comparing my past relationship to the one of my sister, the relationship of my sister, because her relationship was better than mine. She has a good boyfriend. Now they're married. So I felt so like, damn, this is happening to me again. Like she had the good thing, I had the bad one. So I felt just trapped in this comparison. Yeah.
So, sweetie, can I tell you a secret?
Yeah. Go ahead.
You are manifesting your own truth.
Yeah.
Because you tell yourself you don't have it as good, you don't have it as good.
Yeah.
You are manifesting, you're prophesying over your own life. Every time it comes out of your mouth, oh, she's got it better. She's more blessed than me. She's good. She's better than me. See, it always works out for her. It never works out for me. Every time you allow those thoughts to persist, every time you allow those words to come out of your mouth, so now you're dealing with low self-esteem. And what did we talk about in class? Low self-esteem, that vicious cycle, right? Vicious cycle.
Yeah.
That's going to just keep manifesting the toxic fears that you keep sowing into. So, if we know it's a lie, and literally, that's all you're dealing with. The root of all of this has now become low self-esteem out of that 11-year-old conversation when you were 11 years old, that your little girl Madeline, 11-year-old Madeline, sowed some seeds, and there wasn't anybody to counteract and say, you're beautiful, you deserve it all, you can do anything you put your mind to, Madeline, you're destined for great things, you're so sweet, you're so smart, you're going to do wonderful things in this world, don't you change, you're going to be amazing. You are amazing. And because there was nobody to counteract that conversation in your own head, that was the seed that got sown. So you're now dealing with an 11-year-old seed that you accepted as truth.
I understand.
So truth is you are limiting yourself. No one's limiting you. No one's blocking you. God isn't blocking you. God hasn't cursed you. But God cannot counteract your fears and you not believing in you.
Yep.
It's reaping and sowing. It's a universal law. Whatever you're putting out is coming back to you. So through law of attraction, you keep sowing in those seeds of doubt and fear and lack.
Oh my God, lack. Yeah.
No, it's not going to work. It's probably not going to work. Man, I knew it wasn't going to work. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, I want a boyfriend. I want love. I want to be in a relationship. I want to get married. But these things never work for me. I'm never going to have it like my sister. You meet a loser because you manifested him.
Yeah. I motherfucker.
Manifested it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So guess what? Remember in class, we talked about the thought shifting technique, and we talked about your power affirmation.
Yep.
Right? You are going to have to retrain your brain, Madeline. Remember how I talked in class of how I have to talk to myself? Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
And it sounded crazy. Like, what? That's how you have to believe in yourself? That's how you have to talk to yourself? What did I say in class? You've got to become your own #1 fan, right? Because just like 11-year-old Madeline, is there ever anybody around to believe in you and boost you up and encourage you? You got to encourage yourself. Which means that you are going to have to get sick and tired of being sick and tired.
And I am. I am. Honestly, I'm sick and tired.
Which means from morning, noon to night. What was your power affirmation that you got out of class?
I am freaking worthy of love.
You are what?
Freaking worthy of love.
I am freaking worthy of love. Okay, so I think we have to go back further. First of all, I don't even want you focusing on relationships. I don't even want you focusing on dating. Until you begin to heal this self-esteem and you believe in yourself and you start to feel amazing, you're going to keep attracting low vibe, low level losers. You're going to attract predators. You're going to attract abusers, misusers, mistreaters, liars, cheaters, blah, 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 narcissists. You're going to attract all, because self-esteem is a magnet. Low self-esteem is a magnet for those types of people. Okay?
Yeah.
No dating. Cut it. I want you to take the next 60 days
60
and
days.
you are in self-esteem boot camp. Every day. So let me rewind. Instead of I'm freaking worthy of love, that's making it about other people.
Okay.
No, we got to go a little further back than that. We can't make it about other people. I'm freaking amazing.
Okay.
I'm freaking beautiful. I deserve it all. I am worthy of all good things. God said he'll hold nothing back from me, that he will give me the desires of my heart. I am the apple of God's eye. I am the head and not the tail. God is within me. I cannot fail. Do you feel what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Right? This is how you got to talk to yourself all day long. I am amazing. I am gifted. I am destined for greatness. God, I give you free reign in my life. Magnify in me. Right? What is God being magnified in you? Power. Power. Is there any lack in God? Did Jesus have low self-esteem?
Nope.
Or was Jesus bold and crazy with it? He walked on the scene knowing who he is, proclaiming who he is. He knew his gifts. He knew his identity. He knew everything about himself and walked in that boldness. Remember when he went in the temple kicking over the tables?
Yeah.
Cursing people. I think he was cursing them out. Get your blankety blank up out of here. Kicking, right? Bold. Can people with low self-esteem do that? How does God want you to believe in yourself?
He wants me to believe in my capacity, in my gifts, to believe that I am actually gifted. Believe in what I have, my talents and everything. Yep.
Your beauty.
Yep.
Tell me 3 things about you that are beautiful, that you love about yourself.
Physically? Oh, I have a beautiful smile.
Beautiful smile. Thank you. What else?
I have a beautiful face.
Beautiful
I am
face.
a natural beauty, and I have a beautiful body. I'm skinny.
A
Skinny
great
girl.
butt, a beautiful smile, a beautiful face. You have beautiful skin.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see where I'm going with this, Madeline?
Yes.
You're going to have to become your own #1 fan. You're going to have to be you know how people have they have their own theme song? Like they hear it in their head, like when they're dancing. You're going to have to, honey, when I say your power affirmation needs to be so kick-ass powerful. Because we got 11 years. That's right. Ashley says, be your own hype man. We got 11 years of reprogramming to do, and we need to do it quick. We got to get to work. which means you're going to have to say to yourself, you're the shit.
Yeah.
1,000 times a day. Morning, noon, and night. I'm the shit. I am the shit. I'm the shit. I'm the bomb. Does that make you just feel uncomfortable even thinking about saying that?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
Practice. I want you to say, I'm the bomb, I'm the shit 3 times.
I'm the bomb. I'm the shit. I'm the bomb. I'm the shit. I'm the bomb. I'm the shit.
Yes! Okay? And you see how that has a whole different feel than I'm freaking worthy of love? Man, we don't care about somebody else loving us. We gotta love ourselves.
Yeah. True.
I mean, who cares if somebody else is loving you, honey, and you. So somebody does come along and they trying to love you and they're a good person and they're, oh, Madeline, I love you. You're amazing. And you're like, oh, you're just saying that. You don't love me. I'm not even worthy of your love. Now you sabotaging the love because you don't even feel like you're good enough for it, or you can't even see it. You can't even receive it. Low self-esteem blocks your blessing.
I agree.
I'm the bomb. I'm the shit. I deserve it all. Tiffany in the city says, man, I wish I knew that when I was 22. Sweetheart, this is how I had to learn how to talk to myself. To learn how to. Now, granted, I came from having a mother that told me, you can do whatever you put your mind to. You can do whatever you want in life. I had that drilled into me. I didn't have as much work to do. But then life began to beat me up. I start going through hell and high water. Then I have to learn how to believe in myself again. Gretchen says, I don't want to cuss. Gretchen, it's okay if you don't want to cuss, but you're going to have to find something real powerful to say. Real powerful, Gretchen. Okay? Those of you who have not taken the WORK Masterclass need to be inside of there because y'all going to learn how I really talk. Right? But so you got your work cut out for you. I want you to wake up in the morning and I want you to meditate and get still. And I want you to speak affirmations over yourself. This reprogramming is going to take work. Battlefield of the mind. This is where it's all at, right here in these inches, right here in your head. This right here. Okay? You've got to take authority over this and retrain this. Retrain this. And it's going to take work, baby, okay? Yes. And I want you to journal it. I want you to write it out. I am the bomb. I deserve it all. God isn't holding any good thing from me. I'm going to stop holding back the good from me. I got to get out the way. I'm getting out of the way. God, have your way. Nothing but goodness and mercy. Nothing, right? I mean, just writing it out, Madeline. Writing it out. Writing it out. I am.
It's so hard for me to not control. Like, I'm a control freak. It's hard for me to let go and let God.
Of what?
I would say everything. Like, I love to control. Like, I love to have control over things. I'm a control freak. It's hard for me to trust God.
Well, I don't even want you thinking about all that. Right now, I gave you an assignment.
Okay.
I gave you one assignment. Did this have anything to do with you having to trust God?
No.
What am I telling you to do?
Journaling, affirmation about how amazing I am.
That's it. for the next 60 days.
60
And
days.
you are going to begin to shift. Your faith will shift because your mind is shifting. When you begin to see yourself differently, you will see God differently.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Every day, 1,000 times a day, affirmations, journaling, meditation. Okay?
Okay.
All right, sweetheart. I love you.
I love you too.
I believe in you. Get to work.
I
Get
will.
to work and minimize negative people. Back to those basics you learned in class. Minimize negative people. If there's anybody who's a naysayer, a hater, talks down to you, nixed. They are nixed out of your life. Right now, all we're doing is reinforcing the self-worth and the self-esteem.
Okay.
Okay?
Got it.
All right, darling. I love you. Blessings in abundance.
Blessings.
Bye, babe.
Bye.
All right. My next guest is Tiffany. Tiffany, I hope you're on here, baby. I'm sorry I'm running just a little bit late. All right. Let me find Tiffany. Tiffany Williams, 28, Sunrise, Florida. Hi, sweetheart. I'm coming to you. Okay. Let me find you. Let's see. Did you send a request? I can't use this pen. Did you send a request to join the video, sweetheart? Let me see if I can find you. I-A-M. There you are. All right. I just sent you an invite. I'm here. There you are, darling. All right. I just sent you an invite. Hopefully you see it. You can come on.
Hello.
Tiffany.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm very good. I'm a little tired. Just got off from work like an hour ago.
Listen, I worked out today. I've been up since like 5 in the morning. By the time 7 was rolling around, I was like getting sleepy. I was like, ooh, how do I feel like doing the show tonight? I'm so tired. But then as soon as I get on here, we just start having fun, and it's absolutely amazing. So,
Absolutely.
all right, Tiffany, 28, Sunrise, Florida.
Yes.
All right, Tiffany, I am going to read your backstory really quickly so everybody gets an understanding of what you wrote into the show for, okay?
Okay.
All right. Tiffany says, my current struggles is dealing with lack of self-love. Due to my past traumas from my father that led into my friendships and relationships and dealing with PTSD from my current boyfriend or ex-boyfriend that did me so wrong. Plus, not feeling fulfilled in my life as a 28-year-old woman. Some days I just cry out of nowhere because I feel so lost. And I feel like I'm talking, but no one is listening to me. It's like I'm crying out for help, but nobody can hear me or wants to hear me. Question, how do you find the strength to get up every day when you just want to sink into depression? Question, how do you deal with PTSD, especially when trying to move on and find true love again? Question, why do I feel so unfulfilled, like all my dreams, goals, and ideas are just not coming fast enough for me? Question, how do you let go of a narcissistic guy who for some reason you keep running back to when it's not healthy for your mental and body? All right, baby, we got a lot to unpack.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so let's take our time here for a second.
Yes.
I want to go back. You started out your message with your dad.
Yes.
Lots of trauma with your dad. Give me a synopsis of what that looked like.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, of course, I did grow up in the house with my father and my mother. My father was a truck driver. My mother was a nurse. And naturally, I was a mommy's girl.
Okay.
And in my head, I didn't think that my father liked that too much because I looked just like my mom.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe because their differences, he probably had something against her, and
Mm-hmm.
it just got on me because I have 4 sisters in total. So I have 3 other sisters plus me. So, every time I would do something, I was like, I'm a kid that don't know how to stay still. I'm an Aries, so I'm like here, there, here, there. I want to do this, I want to do that, but I was missing that connection to my parents. Like I was looking for someone to say, Tiffany, what's wrong? Why do you feel this way? Why are you going to school and wanting to die at such a young age?
So
Why
what
do you?
age is that?
I believe I was between the ages of 6 and 7 when I went to school, and I just wanted to die. Like I just did not want to live because I didn't feel like people loved me. I felt like every time I would go to school, people would pick on me. They would call me retarded. They would call me big lips, big eyes, four eyes, whatever it was. It just started to pick at my self-esteem. So when I'm 6, 7, and I was so not, I was way more nicer at 6, 7, even in my teen years. But then when I got past 16, I became like more aggressive, more like, I'm not going to put up
Defending
with it.
yourself.
Yes. And I felt like when I needed my parents the most, they failed me because I felt like everything was my fault. If somebody was bullying me, it was my fault. And I would come home and get, like, my dad was the disciplinary. So if I did anything, I knew I would have to deal with him. And it wasn't the best.
So when the trauma with your dad, what did that really look like?
Walking into the bathroom, getting choked, getting told to, I don't want to cry because I'm too strong.
No, it takes strength to cry. It takes strength to be vulnerable, sweetheart.
Just replaying it is like, it just brings up emotion, but whatever. You know, just like he'll tell me one day, I remember me and my dad was like, I'm very aggressive and he was aggressive. So when you bring, it's like, I'm not going to back down. You're not going to back down. I was like that. And he didn't like that about me. If I would
It became that way over time as a defense mechanism, but then it meant that your dad became more violent with you.
Correct.
Got it. So he was putting his hands on you.
Absolutely. Anywhere, especially in the house. I remember he was like, go, I was in the utility room and he would always tell me, like, cause he was a truck driver, so he always worked at night. So I went in there and I was so used to getting hit across the face, choked, slapped. If there was a remote control next to him, he'll literally like hit me with that in the middle of my forehead. I got my lip busted, whatever. But I became what they would call it. It was normal to me. Yeah. But because it was so normal to me, didn't mean I wanted to deal with it every day and feel it every day. So because I have something inside of me that even though I have my weak moments, I'm not weak. I have a strength inside of me that I'd be like, okay, don't show that he's getting to you. Just do whatever he say. And one day he told me, go in there and wash my clothes. Go take my clothes out of the washer and put it in the dryer. So I think one day he came in there and I guess I wasn't doing it the way he wanted me to do it. And I remember he like put his hand back and then he was gonna do what he usually do. And I flinched because I was just so tired of it. I just didn't want to deal with it. And he stopped himself. And then he just went into the garage. But this was like after this was happening for years. And I guess he caught himself like, dang, I'm really doing something wrong. Or if I could be in there doing, go ahead.
And let me ask you a question, sweetie. So was he abusing any of your sisters? Did he hit them?
From time to time, but it wasn't like how he did with me. It was more aggressive. It was more like, you would think that he would hit a man like that, not his daughter. Right. And I learned down the line that, you know, my father didn't really have a relationship with his father. His father was an alcoholic and things like that. So I didn't understand that then because I didn't want to understand it because I was like, I'm your daughter. Like, you shouldn't do this. Right. And I started acting out in school. Like, coming from Miami, Florida, nobody teaches you nothing. Like, if you want to learn how to drive, you got to pick the keys up and go learn. The schools were not really that good. I'm originally from Miami Gardens, what people would know as Miami Gardens. So I'm from Opelika, Care City. So being in Opelika and going to my first elementary school, they didn't teach me anything. So I got put back in second grade. And that's when I started acting out. That's when I became a different person, because I felt like, how could you do this to me? I'm already getting bullied. I already feel alone. You don't listen to me. You guys work all the time. How can I get out of this? Like, I would literally have nightmares before going to school. And then third grade came around and I purposely failed because I felt like, what's the point if my mom just gonna come here and say, put her back? So I just became rebellious. I started acting up in school. I started talking back to the teachers. And then when I look up, they'll be calling my father. And he had this look in his eye. And I already knew what I was going to deal with at home. And then my mind would be like, oh, snap, what did you do? When I'm doing it, it's like I'm doing it. I don't care. But then when I get home, he had a belt like at least about 12 inches long. It was like, when you're young, it looks that long.
Right.
And I remember one day he said, go upstairs. And as I'm going up the stairs, he's pushing me. So my knee is hitting each stair. So that's why my left knee is not so good because of that. But my father was very narcissistic. He was very controlling. And when he didn't get his way, he knew the things to do to get me back in line. And I would literally lock the door. I'll run, lock the door. And I felt like my mother just would not say nothing.
So she was no protection.
No,
she wouldn't stand up to him, wouldn't protect you. Was he ever hitting her?
not that I've seen. I've never seen my father hit my mother.
Okay.
I've seen them argue face to face, but it never led to that.
That you know of.
That I know of.
Right. So, Tiffany, here's the thing. You have experienced severe abuse. Severe abuse. You have been physically abused, violently abused from the time you were a little girl. And of course, you have developed the armor to try to protect yourself from abusers. I'm sure at 28, some of your boyfriends have probably been abusive.
Mentally.
Probably too scared to mess with you physically because you'll beat somebody up.
Well, let's just say my
that's
ex.
the vibe I get.
Yeah.
I mean, you ain't ever gonna put your hands on me again. I wish a ninja would try to put their hands on me. We gonna have circumstances, repercussions, problems that you don't want to deal with. Okay?
Yeah, that's about right.
That's your whole vibe, darling. Yeah, I'm just reading it. I'm feeling it. Okay? I get it.
Uh-huh.
And I had to make you laugh, sweetheart, just
Thank
because you have been through so much. You've been through so much. Now, here's the thing. Everything you wrote to me about, everything you wrote to me about is rooted in that.
Yep. You're right.
And you don't just have physical and mental verbal abuse from your father, you were also being bullied at school. So now it's like a double whammy, right?
Yeah.
That has now affected, your self-esteem. And you want to know what's one of the things that you said that was most scary?
Yeah.
Is that you were a baby. When you say to me second grade, third grade, fourth grade, that's a baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this was normal to you.
Yeah.
You have any children?
Nope. Not yet.
So second grade, y'all, help me out. How old are we in second grade? 7?
Yeah.
7?
Yeah, 6, 7.
Tiffany, if I said to you right now, you got any children in your life, Tiffany, that you love?
No.
Okay. Imagine a 7-year-old, a little girl that you love dearly. Could be a niece, little cousin. And imagine being a bystander, a person standing in a room witnessing the things that your father did to you. You see how quickly that becomes so abnormal, unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so what that means, sweetheart, is it's time to heal so that you can come out of survival mode. You learned coping mechanisms, coping skills back from you were a baby, 5, 6, 7 years old. You learned coping mechanisms to survive the situations. But now that you're no longer in those situations, you don't know how to navigate life to thrive. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. Have you been into any therapy?
One time, and that was through my job. I never, like, I had counselors, but it wasn't strong enough.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this is not working.
Mm-hmm.
And I just never saw nobody until I was like in my mid-20s. And I felt like I was bipolar or something, because I would like get angry. And then once I calmed down, I'm like, why did I do that? And
You have a lot to be angry about.
Mhm.
I'm sure you deep down you have some rage that's not been released, and just how unfair. And then the other theme here where you just never feel seen or heard.
Yeah.
That's your childhood. Directly back. So as an adult now at 28, you never feel seen or heard. Never feel seen or heard.
I think when I was 6 years old, I discovered that I could sing. And I took that and I was like, okay, I can sing. So what do I need to do now? And I was like, I'm going to be a singer, because everything that I felt, that's why I love Miss Mary J. Blige, because in so many ways she saved me through her music.
So much pain, and she was singing about it.
And still to this day, I'm actually going to be going to Atlanta to record my demo.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I have a title for my album called Sincerity.
Mm-hmm.
And I named it Sincerity because I don't know if you can see the picture in the back.
I see that. Mm-hmm.
Yes, but I named it Sincerity because I lost my sincerity through everything that I've been through the relationships that didn't last, to the men who thought that they were going to come into my life and tell me what to do. It was like, no, you know, you're not going to do that. I think that's the reason why at that time I felt like, dang, I'm being so harsh. Like, no man gonna like really want to be with me because I'm always so feisty. I'm so hard, but they don't understand the past. So my ex was my first in everything. I didn't start dating him until I was in my early 20s. I was 23. And come to find out, he was my first in everything. Love, everything. Come to find out, the entire time I'm with this dude, he's living with his baby mama. And I remember one day, and I don't recommend anybody doing this, but it's just me. We were outside one day, And all the stuff that I was dealing with in this relationship just built up. And I just remember slapping him across his face, because it was like everything that I dealt with, all the stuff that I put up with, and you just like no regards. Right. And I was like, you're not going to do that to me. And it's like every time I would go away, I felt like he stabbed me in the heart and just walked away.
Right.
He literally told me, nobody gonna ever want you, even when you leave me. Nobody's gonna want you.
Yeah.
And
classic narcissism.
Oh yeah. And I literally learned about that at the age of 28. I didn't even know what being narcissistic mean. I just knew it was like, it was all about him. I would always tell him how I felt. Oh, but it's your mouth. It's how you are. I'm like, so it's me is the reason why you're living with your baby mama and you lied and told me you were single. Right. You only had a child. So it was like all that pain and misery was what I wanted to put in my music. And it kept me from finding the right person. So I would literally go into my vault and I'll be like, okay, what can I listen to? I love music. I sing, I songwrite, I do it all. I have my own business that I'm about to launch on the music side and the business side. So I'm always like, I got to do something. My mind is racing everything. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to respond to this. I got to do that. So music saved me. Working saved me. My ideas, my creativity, what I wanted out of life, that saved me. That kept me going, because I had so many close calls with life, with love, with friendships. I had people walk away from me because they didn't understand the outbursts. They didn't understand that I would just yell at them. I would literally call up people and just yell at them. The people that were on my side, I would be like, why did you do this? I'm very sensitive. And my sisters tell me that all the time. Tiffany, you take stuff to heart. Just chill. Why are you so sensitive? But that's because of what I've been through.
Just constantly getting triggered. You're getting triggered constantly.
Correct.
So it is so crucial that you're going to need to get into counseling and consistent counseling. One of our sponsors is BetterHelp. There's a link that for you to be able to do virtual therapy for anywhere you're at. One of the viewers mentioned EMDR therapy. My niece is getting into that as well. EMDR therapy, I'm hearing, is very, very effective for trauma.
Yes.
So you're going to need to get into therapy, Tiffany, because you have got to talk it out. It is now time to shine light into all the darkness.
Yes.
We're also going to give you the WORK Masterclass.
Oh, thank you.
And it's going to deal with the spiritual coaching and spiritual healing side of things. It's going to take, now what I can say to you is the same tenacity and strength you have that has helped you to overcome in order to even be where you're at right now and be here even with me, right?
Yes.
I'm going to need you to apply that strength to healing.
Yes.
Which means you're going to have to go real hard to be vulnerable, real hard to face it, to do the really hard things. You understand what I'm saying? Where it's like you told yourself being strong is I'm not going to cry, I'm not going to flinch, I'm not going to. Now being strong is I'm going to face it. And I'm going to get honest about how deeply this hurt me. Yes. All of it. All of it. We got to go back and heal little girl Tiffany.
Yeah. Because she still lives inside me.
Right. And we got to go back. And that's going to be a process.
Yes.
It's going to be a process, sweetheart. I wouldn't be dating.
Okay.
I just wouldn't. Like I say, back, what I said to Madeline, right? Yes. It's like when you're hurting and you're needing to do your healing work, I would not start dating until you've done quite a bit of healing work. I wouldn't even trust my own judgment to date until you start getting on this healing path and beginning to resolve and get peace and get acceptance over some of this stuff, to where we start putting some of it to bed, if that makes sense, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Because just what I said to Madeline, narcissists, abusers, users, they are attracted to that pain.
Yes.
They can see it a mile away. No matter how beautiful you are, and you're this smile, and you're talented, and you're gifted, and you're smart, and all of that, and you think that they're seeing the confidence and the, right?
Yeah.
But they're seeing and picking up on all that pain underneath the surface, saying, I can manipulate her, which is why you're having such a hard time cutting off the ex. It's like this vicious cycle, because he got his claws in you and added, insult to injury, right? You're already hurting. And then they come along, get their claws in you, adding more pain, more abuse, more verbal manipulation. That's then manipulating you to stay connected to him and wanting him. And it's very narcissistic abuse. So that's another layer that you now have on top of these other things, right?
Yeah.
Narcissistic abuse is one of the trickiest, most manipulative, evil types of abuse I've ever had to help my clients heal from, because it's so subtle and it's so slick. It's very much a finesse. You know what I'm saying? There's always this bait and switch, and it's constantly like making you feel like you're the problem, to where you don't trust your own judgment. You don't trust yourself like you would have before these experiences.
Correct.
So gonna have to heal from that too.
Absolutely.
Now, I will say this: you're only 28. Okay, won't he do it?
Yes.
Won't he will?
Yes.
Okay, you're not 48, you're not 58, you are 28, sweetheart, and you have your whole life ahead of you.
Thank you.
And your whole life is ahead of you, literally. This impatience you feel about your dreams and it, sweetheart, the writing's on the wall. Everything's going to work out for you. Everything is coming for you.
Thank you.
But it's not a coincidence that you're on my show right now and that we're having these conversations, because this is the stuff that has to get dealt with, so it's not blocking or delaying your blessings.
Right. And I thank you, because what you don't know is that I've been watching your videos, because I love to go and watch your videos to find inspiration, not only through myself, because I love to write, I love to journal, I love to do my vision boards, tack it up, because I'm working on so much stuff. But I love to I literally be at work on my break watching your videos, dealing with past trauma, relationships, when a man want you, and I'll send it to my sisters if they dealing with stuff, and I really just love your energy. And I was like, well, let me just share my story, because that's what I want to do. I want to be able to be an inspiration to the world. Sometimes if I could share this, sometimes I do get lonely, because it's like I don't have friends, because I cut off so many people, because I was like, if that person bringing drama, I don't need it. This person, I just don't need it. So it's like right now I'm kind of yearning for just someone to listen.
Yeah.
And it's like I would go to bed, and if I would literally hold myself like, it's going to be okay, Tiffany, going through it. And now every day that I get up, I play some India RE. I play like spiritual music, inspirational music, and I look in the mirror, because you're talking to someone that literally stood in front of a mirror every day before school and said, you're ugly, next. So to now get up
Right.
and say, you're beautiful, Tiffany. Any man will be lucky to have you. Any friend would be lucky to have you. You are creative. You are different. You do what you want to do and not what people think you should do. And that's what I love about myself. I have strength inside of me. I just have to keep finding it and bringing it out and using it and exercising it. And that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And
And like I said, this work is going to require that strength. It's going to,
yes.
you are a survivor. That's why somebody just said you are beautiful. You're beautiful.
Thank you.
Absolutely beautiful. And the thing is, honey, so imagine how determined and how strong you are in spite of everything you've been through.
Mm-hmm.
That you can look in the mirror and say, I'm beautiful. Oh, I'm a blessing. Anybody's blessed to have me as a friend. Any man be blessed to have me.
Yeah.
Now imagine where you're going to be after more healing work. See what I mean?
Yeah.
Unstoppable.
Yes.
Unstoppable. Literally.
Yep. And I literally, guess when you said about the dating thing, right? So I was like, okay, maybe this is my mindset like a month or two ago. Oh, if I started dating. So I ended up meeting a guy. We went out on one date. I seen everything in my ex in him, the narcissistic stuff. And guess what I did? Block, don't call, move on.
That's right. Protect yourself. Right? Get out, run.
Yes.
Run.
Yes.
So I want you to get a therapist. I know BetterHelp, I think it's about $270 a month or something like that, guys, for like a weekly session. Okay. Ongoing forever. Like it's like $270 a month, something like that, sweetheart.
Okay.
And that's that's about as affordable as therapy is going to get. Yes. Right? But you need to be in it consistently. And that's going to be your lifeline for a while. Now, if you don't get the right therapist when you first start, don't waste time. Okay. When you don't feel a vibe and you don't, on the very first therapy session, if you don't feel like this feels great, I like talking to her, this feels good. Next, you message in, get a whole nother therapist. Do not waste a bunch of sessions on any therapist that you don't feel like you jam with. Okay? Because it needs to be like this.
Absolutely.
Okay? You're paying for it. This is going to be where you're paying for somebody to listen.
Yes.
Let them do their job. Okay? You want someone to listen to you and you want to be able to talk. You notice how you're talking and you're sharing with me because there's so much that is in the inside that needs to get out. You have a lot of talking to do.
Yes.
And that's going to help in that healing process. That's therapeutic. Then inside the WORK Masterclass, you're going to be learning all these spiritual techniques and all of the spiritual process of letting go and healing. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. That's your homework.
Absolutely.
And no men.
No men.
Now, I said this in the beginning of the WORK Masterclass, because you're on this hiatus, okay? And it's going to be like, no men. And that's when they come out the woodwork. Oh, so God. Guard up, okay? Because that's when they all going to want you. That's when they all going to be trying to find you. That's when all the exes are going to be calling. As soon as you make up your mind that you're going to focus on you is when BetterHelp was $390 a week for 30 minutes a week with a therapist. What? That's not what I heard. It's got to be different plans. Check out the plans with BetterHelp, okay?
Okay.
All right, so that's your homework. No men, therapy, and the WORK Masterclass. Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
You're
Thank you so much.
I love you.
I love you too, and thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I'm definitely going to work on it. I'm definitely going to get a therapist. I'm gonna look into it because I know I have EAP with my job. So I'm
use those up.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Use up those sessions. But sweetheart, listen to me. I need you to make therapy a normal part of your life.
Okay.
You dealt with so much abuse. You're going to need to normalize therapy. Therapy going to be like this normal thing for you for a long time. We're not talking 5 sessions, 10 sessions. I'm talking ongoing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What did we say? The EMDR therapy for trauma?
Yes.
That one.
Okay.
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 Because you have, just think about all the years that you went through abuse. We don't get results and get breakthrough in just a few sessions.
Yes.
It's going to take some time. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right,
Thank you
sweetheart.
so
Blessings and
much.
abundance. You're welcome. Mwah. Thank you, sweetheart.
All right. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, guys, that's our show for tonight. Blessings and abundance. I love you guys. If you're wanting to be a guest, EMDR, yes, so good. Somebody says yes. I know my niece is doing that as well. She was saying that it's absolutely amazing. Write in if you're wanting to be a guest on the show live at RebeccaLynnPope.com if you want to come on and have a coaching session. If you have not taken the WORK Masterclass that we were just talking about tonight on the show, make sure you sign up. The link is in our bio. All right, guys. Oh, yes. Thank you, Royal. Thank you, Royal. I'm going to pray for everybody. God, we thank you. We thank you. I thank you, thank you, thank you for Madeline and Tiffany tonight, our guests. God, cover them, protect them, be with them. Give them the focus, the energy, the determination to do their homework, to stay on assignment. God, we speak breakthrough and prosperity. We speak healing of trauma, healing of pain, healing from the past, so that they can both move forward in abundance, an abundant life. God, I thank you. I thank you for their stories. I thank you for their vulnerability. I thank you for their courage. I thank you, God, for protection as they move forward to do everything you've called them to do and to fulfill their destiny and purpose on earth. Amen. Mwah. All right, guys, blessings and abundance. I'll see you next week. 2 more guests, 2 more coaching sessions. Make sure you write me live at Rebecca Lynn Pope. Make sure you get your WORK Masterclass or get your Dating Masterclass. There's both of those links are inside my bio. We have more books and courses coming from both me and Mr. Pope. All right. I love you guys. All right, guys. Talk to you soon. See you next week. Bye-bye.